Hey, if you want to build a cool web application or simply deploy your machine learning model, you need to use several languages. HTML to create the structure of your website, CSS to make it look pretty, JavaScript to add some functionality, and Python. While you can use languages like C#, Go, PHP, Java, or others, Python is the most popular choice thanks to its functionality and simplicity. Two widely used frameworks for web development in Python are Django and Flask. Django, released in 2005, has got 75.3 thousand stars on GitHub. Flask, released in 2010, 5 years later, is known for its user-friendly approach and has accumulated 65.6 thousand stars. Many websites of big companies are constructed using Django or Flask. You can see examples of Flask websites on the screen. But most of them were built until 2018, the year when FastAPI was released. FastAPI is a Python library that has gained huge popularity over the last few years. It has 67.7 thousand stars on GitHub. So in this video, I'm going to explain why this framework is so popular and show how to install and use it. Additionally, I'm currently using this framework to build a website where you will be able to generate different piano music. I will cover many advanced features in the next videos. Let's open their website and see what they claim to be. First, it says that it is fast thanks to Starlet and Pydantic. Starlet is a lightweight asynchronous server gateway interface framework which allows your program to begin a task that might take a while to finish while still staying responsive to other things happening instead of waiting until the task is done. And Pydantic is the most widely used data validation library for Python. It looks for all the mistakes related to data types. It is also said to be fast to code, intuitive, easy, short, robust, standards-based, and you will encounter fewer bugs. A particularly cool feature is the automatic generation of interactive documentation, which I will demonstrate later. By the way, as it utilizes Pydantic, it requires at least Python 3.8. Now let's build our first website with FastAPI. First, I'm gonna create a virtual environment. If you're still using a global environment, please stop doing so as it will eventually crush everything. Let's activate it and install the FastAPI library. Let's create a main.py file to write our code there. By the way, since I'm not gonna create anything sophisticated in this video, I will write all the code using only my terminal. However, you can use your favorite IDE. We need to import our library. And now we can create the app itself. To run this, we will need one more library called UVcorn. Here I'm running this app by specifying the host and specifying the port. Let's install this library and run the code. Let's open this website and see what we get. Currently, our main page isn't found. We need to create a handler for the GET request for this route. Let me show you how to do this and how to display some text here. The syntax here is extremely simple. I'm specifying a URL for which this function will be called, and the keyword get means that it can be called by opening this URL directly. Now let's open our website again. And as you can see now, it displays the text that I specified. Also, if you want your function to be asynchronous, you should add the keyword async before it. Now I want to illustrate how Pydantic works. Let's create another route. Here I specify that the variable number must be an integer. Everything works fine as long as we respect this constraint. Let's check this. However, if we try to use something different from an integer, we will get an error message indicating that it cannot parse a string as an integer. Unable to parse string as an integer. I mentioned before that FastAPI automatically generates documentation for your website. To view it, simply open the following URL. It was a brief introduction to the FastAPI library. In the next videos, I will cover the entire process of creating a real project with this library. See you there.